Could have went a lot better. If I didn't pause for some reason going up the stairs, I could have got an extra shot at the very beginning. And if I had not got hit after the third cycle, I could have got extra hit. Now, if I was really nice in this game, I would have shot 11 times. Then on the final hit, I would have went down the stairs next to where the key spawns, and got my last hit there. Then as soon as it died, I would have just grabbed the key and just ran out. But hitting him at that angle is... have fun with that. Now that the plant's gone, none of the vines are going to try and attack me. And now I have to make the track all the way back to the mansion. So now I have to fill the time with... Now I have to fill the dead air time with more random rambling. Again. Oh, what can I talk about? Oh yeah, Resident Evil 0. As much as I don't like that game, as much as I don't like Rebecca, and as much as I don't really care for Billy, I might run it still, just because gameplay-wise, it plays very similar to this, outside of the annoyances of having to deal with burning zombies, and the handgun being a hell of a lot better in that game than this game. And it's the only Resident Evil game outside of this one that I'll run that has a ranking system. Because it wasn't until Resident Evil 2, and ironically enough, Mega Man X4, which was also the first Mega Man game to have a ranking system. But Resident Evil 2 also had a ranking system, and it was tied to how many times you saved, how long it took you to beat the game, and how many healing items you used. And the faster you beat the game, obviously, and the less times you saved, the higher your rank. And you can get all the way up to S rank. And that's how you got the bonus items of that game, such as the rocket launcher and the Gatling gun and stuff like that. Same rules apply in 0. By the way, the best thing about that game is Rebecca's cowgirl outfit. The only downfall is that you're still using Rebecca, and it's not Jill in that cowgirl outfit. So I can't even say that's the best thing about the game. Alright, dead air time is over. Now that we're back here, instead of zombies being filled with this mansion, it's all hunters now. Thankfully, most of the hunters are very easy to dodge, outside of this one right here. This one... I'm not nice, so I have to fight it. Otherwise, I would just shoot him once, stair escape, and kill him. Can I run past him? No, I can't, so I have to shoot him again. Ideally, what I would want to do in this area would be to shoot the first hunter once, and stair escape past both of them. But since I'm playing Type 2 controls, and I'm not that good at stair skating yet, it was really hard to get out of that room without having both hunters gang rape me and killing me. Because hunters are the only monsters in the game that's not a boss that has a one-shot chance of killing you. And in this game, hunters in this game have so much hit stun that they can stun lock you until they kill you. And on top of that, having one hunter stun lock you and then having another one instantly killing you is not fun. It's not a good look on the run. I've had it happen to me a couple times, primarily on the PS3 version though. This version, I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna just play it very safe and just kill the first hunter. The only thing that really went south about this area was the fact that I had to kill the second. Because at that point, not only am I wasting extra time, but I'm also wasting ammunition for the snake that I have to fight again. And this time, for the snake, I'm going to pick up the extra ammunition, because I definitely don't have enough shots to kill him with the amount of ammunition I have now. And for future reference, if you're ever planning on speedrunning this game, I believe the snake takes 10 shots, not 8. I don't know why I thought 8, but I had wasted 9 shots on him, and he didn't go down, and I ran out of ammunition. And that did kill the run. Literally, it killed me, so I had to restart. That's why you're seeing this run now. This area, God, it's annoying because both zombies are hard to dodge. You can't see them, and you're dealing with annoying camera angles. Not only did I not have enough space to dodge him, but he was at a camera angle that made it very cumbersome to move. And this next zombie is very weird, because sometimes he will bite you, and sometimes he would just spit at you. See, he looked like he was gonna bite. I mean, he was gonna just spit, because he was just walking right at me with his arms down. And sometimes if he's standing there, he will spit at you, because for whatever reason, that game considers it a different Z-axis. And those two zombies are also why I pick up that self-defense item on the ground, even though you don't have to. If I had extra ammunition, though, for the shotgun, I would have just killed both of them. Just save me the trouble. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to use a first aid spray. Not because I need to, but just to make space for all the items I need to carry. Because I need both books, the red jewel, and the jewelry box. And at this point, I don't even have enough space for the blue book. I'm gonna have to waste ammunition. Alright, I got 6 shots for the shotgun. I just have to remember to do a menu reload as opposed to a manual reload. Manual reload, you see the entire reload animation for all your guns, as opposed to just reloading in the menu. There's no animation, so it's a lot faster. Especially with the shotgun. Shotgun is like the slowest weapon to reload. This hallway, again, annoying, especially with that zombie. Because sometimes he will do a strike, which you can't use a self-defense item for. And other times he'll do a grab, but the grab is so slow, you'll just run past him before it's even active. The fat zombie that was past the wall, he just spawns wherever he wants, and he moves wherever he wants. But usually he's out of the way. He hasn't been a problem to me yet. And even if he was, I have a self-defense item, so that would have taken care of that. Gonna reload here, and I'm gonna pump cancel again to get 4 shots off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna get the rest down here. If I'm close enough, if I'm fast enough, he's not gonna get a single hit on me. 5, 6, 7, 8. See, there's 8 shots right there, but I hit him. Last run I did this, I had 9 bullets. I hit him 9 times and he didn't die. And that caused my run to end. But whatever, we got the blue book now. Now I have to use a first aid spray to have room for the jewelry, to have room for the red jewel. I mean, another solution I have would be to go down to the chest and put away the shotgun, even because I won't need it again for the rest of the game. But that takes up too much time, so it's a lot easier and less time consuming to just use the healing item instead and make space. Because even though it doesn't look it, I'm going to have 2 extra spaces, because I'm going to get rid of the helmet key before I get the red jewel. Oh, and I didn't bring this up this time, but as you're gonna see, zombies have different spawn points depending how you enter a room. Notice how I came through that last door, the fat zombie was closer to the mirror than it was before. As opposed to when I went to that room the last time to fight the boss, the fat zombie was on the other side of the wall, closer to the room where you get the armor key. I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose too, so that you don't completely memorize zombie patterns. Because I don't think that was a problem in the PS version. Just... Well, that's no fun. This puzzle, as you can see, I have to grab the jewel before the eagle gets eye on it. Otherwise, that eye has a locking mechanism for the jewel. And you can't grab it out of the moose's head. Again, this was something that was completely new to this game. It wasn't in the original Resident Evil. Actually, also, the yellow jewel that you get in this game for 100% to save Chris is also not in the original Resident Evil. The Eye of the Tigers in this game is red and yellow, as opposed to just being red and blue. Red, I believe, gives you ammunition, yellow gives you the ammo disc. Well, no, blue gives you the ammunition, and yellow gives you the ammo disc. Red gives you a room full of snakes. But that's a completely moot point for this category, since I'm not going to that hallway ever again. Even though we're getting the jewelry box here, we're not going to do the jewelry box puzzle until later on in the game, until we use the crank. I forgot I had that self-defense item. I'm actually glad I did, because I don't want to be in caution yet. Now it's just more running all the way back to the gazebo. And I have to use the battery. I have to make sure to use the battery first before I fill up the water. Otherwise, I'm just wasting time. I have seen people, and done it myself, where I forget, like, oh shit, I still have this battery for some reason. How am I going to use it? Oh, just have to drain the water again. But that takes way too much time for a speed run. The crows in that last room, in case you're wondering why they don't attack, they only attack in case you get the puzzle wrong, or if you shoot at them. But as long as you don't shoot at them, and you get the puzzle right the first time, the crows, they're just there for decoration. They don't fly at you or anything. Which is a good thing too, because crows are actually very annoying to deal with, just because of how fast and small they are. Yeah, like I said earlier, coming back here, on my way back to the mansion, that would never happen in the GameCube version. The dog would have just straight up bit me right there. Because dogs do not give a damn about your feelings or your emotions. Neither do snakes either. But here we're just gonna hug the edge, run straight down the middle. There's a couple of hidden snakes that will jump out at you, and I'll try to poison you, but thankfully we didn't have to trigger either of them. And now I don't have to worry about anything else poisoning me, because even if I get poisoned by the giant spider that we're going to see later on, there's a blue herb right outside. Now that we use the battery, I can go up and down this area freely, and now I'm gonna fill the water back up again in order to get into the mines. And it's also at this part where we're going to use the jewelry box and solve the jewelry box puzzle. Probably the most fickle and most annoying part of this game. Which is weird because I don't remember it being that hard or annoying to do in the, what? There we go. I don't remember it being that hard or annoying in the GameCube version. But that was also 10 plus years ago, so... Menu. How the pieces fall out of the puzzle is RNG, but the order in which you use them are not. I'm just gonna cycle through them. Now I have to move the metal piece down this way. And there we go. Not gonna lie, that is easily one of the hardest and most annoying puzzles in the game. It's hard because you're not gonna know how to order the pieces, but it's annoying because how you put the pieces in, you don't have a lot of room to work with. Like, the game is very picky with the amount of space that it gives you. Especially with the not the second piece, but the third piece. The third piece is probably the hardest to fit in for me. Sometimes I could get it right in one go. Other times I have to do the puzzle completely again in order to use it. This area, just like the outhouse, there's not a lot to it, especially when you're coming here for the first time before the hunters fill it up. You're just running from point A to point B, getting a key item, and that's it. Like, there's no zombies in this area. All the hunters are very easy to dodge. And even Lisa, because we have so much more space, she's not a threat either. She's very easy to dodge. And this is the part of the game where you realize hunters are actually very stupid, because they will growl at you and do everything else before they decide to attack you first. If they decided to attack you on sight, this area would probably be the hardest area in the game. So they probably made hunters that stupid in order to make this part a lot more tolerable. See what I mean? I was able to just run past them, no problem. And it's here I'm going to put away the shotgun and the crank. I'm not going to be needing those items again for the rest of the game. I'm not going to need that herb since I'm already fine and I already have a mixed herb pack with me. This boater, it's not going to activate until you trigger that camera angle and run back. You can't hug onto the wall and then turn to the left, because if you do that, there's an actual invisible barrier that's preventing you from doing so you'll just get hung up on the wall and you'll die. I swear they did that on purpose just to be a dick. There's the trusty knife that I have to pick up, and this is the black tiger. This is a big ass spider I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna use this knife, run straight for the webbing and cut it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's gonna get a couple good hits on you, depending on how it acts. 4, 5. Am I poisoned? I think I am. At least I hope I am. If I'm only in caution, I can just pick up this blue orb right here. Let's find out. Yeah. Poison and in deep caution, so I have to use this right here. There we go. Since I didn't use the green herb on the way into that area, I'm just gonna pick it up on my way out and just get back to fine, because I don't want to risk anything against Lisa. Even though absolute worst case scenario, I could force her to spawn in different locations. But just for the sake of time, I'm not gonna do that. This statue puzzle, we have to turn the statue around using the middle plate and then pushing it back into the hole. But before we can do that, we have to push it out from the wall. So we're just gonna push it up to that little obvious secret compartment, have it push it out, and then push it back to its original spot. Reason why we push it 4 times, because it's a lot easier to just run past it like that. Wow, it didn't move. I pushed it too far. Didn't know you could do that. There we go. Now I have to push it off the platform, but not too far. Otherwise, I lock myself out from completing the puzzle. And I even played it safe and pushed it closer to the platform than what I needed to. Because if you push it too close to the wall, you lock yourself out from completing the puzzle. So what you have to do is leave the room and come back. And that just wastes way too much time. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to push it off. Now, honestly, I'm not sure if I undershot it or what. I think I got it perfect. There, nah, I undershot it. There we go. Now that we got half the shaft, we're just gonna run back through Black Tiger. But this time we don't have to worry about cutting any webs to get out of the room, so we can just run straight out. This is obviously the easiest boss to avoid in this category. Otherwise it'd be Yawn, because Yawn, he has no chance of hitting you if you do what I did earlier. Here, we're just gonna run to the right. Okay, never mind, he did hit me. God, what a jerk. Shit, in that case, I'm just gonna run straight to the door. Man, Black Tiger was a jerk this run. He was not supposed to hit me there. Because even if you run behind him like that, he usually does the attack later. That time, he just attacked as soon as I got out of the room. So I was kind of fucked there. But it's okay. Thankfully, I didn't get put in danger, so I'm fine. My run speed is back at normal. That could have been dangerous, actually. So I'm glad I did get hit by that hunter. Otherwise, I would have just been very mad at myself. Gotta combine the shaft pieces together. You can see the solution on the actual piece, but it's 4, 2, 3, 1. And you don't. And unlike the water tank puzzle, you don't actually have to check it out. You could just memorize it. The puzzle, the key code number is always going to be 4, 2, 3, 1. Now we're gonna have at least a second encounter. I'm just gonna show it off. But if I was to run to the right, she would spawn right near the lever. But I'm gonna run to the left. See, she spawns right there. And you do that just so you can run straight for the door without any troubles of her hitting you. Next time though, I'm not gonna force her spawn point just so I can show it off. And you can do the same thing leaving this area. If you run towards the lever, she would appear right next to the lever. But if you run down the stairs, she would appear right in front of you, right in front of the two green herbs. But this time, I'm not gonna force her spawn point. I'm just gonna dodge her. Now I'm gonna run towards this spot right here. See, there's Lisa. Force her to attack first. Thankfully, I have so much free space in this area compared to the first time you meet her, so it's a lot easier to run past her and dodge her. And the next time I go through that room, I'm also not going to change her spawn point. Instead, I'm just going to go straight for the lever. Now, I'm going to have a question to all 5, 4, or 3 of you watching this stream. But I have a question. How do you squish a box to the point of it breaking? And the only thing that comes out of it is a shining, broken flamethrower. And for a box that gets smushed, basically, the flamethrower is still in surprisingly good shape. Considering how, I would imagine if it gets smashed by something like this, the flamethrower, which isn't that big of an item by the way, would get smashed to the point where you can't even tell it's a flamethrower. But I'm going to pick it up and you're going to see the shape that it's in. Like, it's even shining, for fuck's sakes. See, it doesn't look like that big of an item, and it doesn't look that messed up. It just looks a little bent. But I'm pretty sure it would be flattened to the point where Jill wouldn't be able to use it. So I'm pretty sure if this was real life, Jill would be fucked. Like, this would be the end of her rope right here. Because she wouldn't have any way to open the door. And you need this flamethrower to open the door that we're going to open. Okay. Okay, done with dead air time. Serious speed running time. Gonna dodge her again. Where is she? There she is. Gonna hit the lever. And I'm going to run past her. Run past her because it's the fastest way to the door, instead of taking the long way. And there it is. From the time you hit the switch, you have about 10, 11, maybe 12 seconds max to get the flamethrower on the rack. And if you don't do it in time, the switch will go up and you just have to do it again. The area where Lisa is, it isn't as big as you would think it is. Just a lot of camera angles that makes it bigger than what it actually is. But if you check the map, it's pretty small. Alright, the last bit of stretch. Heading back from the mines all the way back to the mansion again. So our final time to get the mansion. The only thing we're getting here is the stone and metal objects. After this, we're going straight to the laboratory and beating the game. I would show off the nitroglycerin walk, but I'm not going to at the risk of exploding. So I'm just going to talk about it when we get there. And it's not like I can't do it. I can obviously do it because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get the times that I've gotten. But for some reason, only this category, I would walk 3 steps, run twice, and I will explode. Whereas normally you get to run 3 steps, walk 3 steps, and you rinse and repeat. But I'll go into more detail when we get there. The fastest way through this area, through the path to the outhouse, it's not to follow the dirt path, but it's to go up through the hills. The dirt path is more winding and it takes a bit more time. The hill, you actually run a little bit faster going up. Yeah, it makes sense of that. We're not going to need this item anymore. And we're going to use the Spencer key to get the metal object. That hunter could have been a big dick and immediately attacked me as soon as I hit the corner. And he was in the process too. Otherwise I would have gotten hit, but I was able to match just in time. There's a metal object right there. There's a self-defense item. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about it at all throughout this entire run, or ever since I started speedrunning it. But there's a little trick to opening doors that you can hold. If you hold down the X button while running and you run towards the door, you'll actually open the door on the first possible frame, depending on which angle you opened it. You don't have to wait until you're in front of the door to open it. Only doors it doesn't work on is the broken door that Barry fixes later on, and on the final door before you meet the tyrant. Those are the only doors it doesn't work on. Every other door, you could just hold X, and you'll open it on the first frame. And it seems to only work with doors, some ladders, and no key items. Key items you have to pick up. You have to press X when you're above it, or near it. Gotta open the box first before combining the items. Now that we got that out of the way, we're going to meet Lisa for the third and final time. Probably the most nerve-wracking time, because this time I don't have a lot of healing items. Actually, I don't have any healing items. I can't use a self-defense item, and if I get hit near the ledge, it's instant death. She just knocks me off the ledge, and that's game over. But I think I have a surefire strat that prevents me from her ever being a problem. It's worked out for me so far. I say that now, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to bite those words later. There we go, force her to attack right there. Even if she jumps, she's too far away to attack me, so just push down that third rock, push down over the final, and that's Lisa. Even though there's a lot of things that could end this run right here, such as her one-shotting you, she's too slow. The only thing that could potentially fuck you over is if you get greedy and try to pick up Barry's Magnum first before moving the rocks. Then she could fuck you up. But if you wait until afterwards, you'll be fine. Gonna use the silver and gold statue to drain this water and be on our way to the laboratory. The final stretch of the game. This area is also one of the shortest. It's only 15 minutes. It might take me an extra minute or two just because I'm playing it safe with the nitroglycerin. Lisa's story in this game is actually kind of tragic once you read all the files on her. But it's also really weird that she was only meant for this game specifically, this particular version, and she doesn't appear in any other game. Like, she's not in Resident Evil 2, 3, Code Veronica, 4, 5, or 6. Not even in the side games. But anyways, now that I got the Magnum, let's have a little talk about Barry's Magnum. Barry's Magnum is a special weapon. Special weapon because of two things. One, it can one-shot anything. That includes the final boss, the Tyrant. And the second thing is, you can't reload it. Once you use the 6 bullets, that's it. Even the Magnum rounds that you pick up, you can't reload it. Wow, I'm typing very slow right now. Trying to explain all this. And the monsters I have to kill for the nitroglycerin, it gives me just enough ammunition to kill the Tyrant. And I have to kill him. There's no way around it. Otherwise, when I'm carrying the nitroglycerin, the monsters will hit me, I get shaken, and I die. That's the end of the game. Actually, I lied. With the amount of monsters that I kill, I have 1 shot left over. But that extra shot is only in case I miss. And I don't want to miss. None of the zombies in this area are a huge threat. Oh, by the way, let's talk about this key code number. 8462. If you were to go to this area normally, you would get a slide filter, and you will watch the slide, which basically shows off Wesker being as part of his umbrella. Spoilers. But anyways, after you see the slide, you will see the solution to the puzzle. And you don't need to see the picture slide, by the way. It's always 8462, regardless of what playthrough. Also, that slide gives out all the names for the monsters. Like the sharks are called Neptunes. The plant is Plant 42. The dogs are Cerberus. And even though it doesn't say in the slide, the snake's name is actually Yawn. And the giant-ass spider in the mines is called the Black Tiger. By the way, those are very stupid names for animals. Especially animals that's essentially a big-ass snake and a big-ass spider. This guy is the most annoying to kill. Grab him. Okay. He grabbed me, so I'm just going to use a self-defense item. And give me a free shot. Thankfully, I had the self-defense item. Otherwise, I'd be going through this area limping, and that's the last thing I need. Alright, now that I got the canister, now I just have to fill it up with the nitroglycerin. Yeah, basically, carrying this nitroglycerin, it prevents you from running. I think quick turning. I'm not entirely sure, and I don't want to risk it. But it prevents you from running, getting hit, and shooting your weapon. Once you fire, you explode. Once you get hit, you explode. And once you run too many steps, you explode. There's a workaround where you could walk 3 steps and run 3 steps, but I've ran this game enough times where I've walked 3 steps, run 2 steps, and I'd still explode. So this time, just for the sake of completing the run, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to walk normally. And doing this normally, I think it'll add about a minute or 2. As opposed to walking and running, which will only take about a minute and a half. I think this will take up to 2 minutes. But the saving grace is that you get to watch Jill's hips sway back and forth while she's carrying a canister of nitroglycerin and not exploding, by the way. And you can't tell me she's just walking carefully. I mean, look at those hips. I'm pretty sure with the way she's swinging that she would be exploding right now, and this run would be over. Like Chris will have a better shot at this than Jill ever would. I'm sorry. Yeah, even though we hear that zombie, he's nowhere near us, so we're just gonna ignore him. Yeah, there's 1 minute right there. If I would have did the walk-run pattern, I probably would have been leaving this area right now. Yeah, that zombie, again, he's not a threat. He's just gonna stand there. Hell, when we fill this up and turn on the power for the elevator, that zombie's gonna be gone anyway, so it's whatever. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick. There we go. And now all I have to do is beat the game. At this point, beating the game is just a formality. Nothing else, nothing is going to hit me at all. The Banshee monsters that you're seeing right there, they're too slow. They only have 1 fast attack, but it takes them forever to get into stance for them to do it. So you can just run past them. Everything else, you're just going to run by. Now that we're turning on the power, we can go straight for the final boss. See what I mean? One of the attacks is the overhead attack, which is really slow enough that you can run past and you'll be on your way out the door. And these monsters, they enter and exit through the vents every time you run out of here. Which again gives you enough time to just run. You don't have to shoot them or anything. See how that zombie disappeared? Out of everything that you've gone through in this game, this is the easiest. I'm even including the very beginning. This is even easier than the very beginning part of the game. Here's the final boss. There's the final boss. He does nothing. And that's how powerful and broken Barry's Magnum is. It one-shots bosses. Like, I'm pretty sure if I was to go back, fight the black tiger, I will one-shot it. And I have one bullet too, so I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to, I could. But too bad I can't, because that would require me to pull off the metal objects from the door. Yo, Subshar, you just missed my entire run. And I did commentary too, but it's okay. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. So you get to witness me getting mad at the snake. And if you're wondering if I did get bit by the snake, yes, I got bitten by the snake twice. Oh, that's good. At least you get to see me finish the run. This time it's not gonna be a good time just because I got bit by the snake. Yeah, rip. And getting bit by the snake, it adds on a lot more time than I initially thought. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna finish this until an hour 36 or close to an hour 35, which is not that good considering my personal best is an hour and a half. Oh, okay. Well, I hope the surgery went well. Pretty much here, there's nothing to do. There's pretty much nothing to do here except talk about, other than the fact that I just beat the game. But the fact that this game has the nerve to make me have this fuse box on the fucking ground and then make me put it in and then watch another cutscene before getting on this elevator. I think that's just fucking laughable. Because I could just imagine someone going through this game, playing through like normal, they're like, oh man, I'm ready to beat this game type. Then they realize they have all this shit on them and they can't pick up the fuse because all their item boxes are filled. I could just imagining that happening, and if I ever saw that, I would just die. I would die of laughter. Alright, there's the flare. I'm thinking an hour 36. I will be surprised if it's lower than that. In math too.
Jill, you did a fine
Yeah,
job.
an hour 36:25. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, considering I got bit by the snake, that's not a bad run. I'm pretty sure if I would have got bit, if I didn't get bitten by the snake, that would have been like an hour 32, an hour 33. Probably even an hour 31. But for all 5-6 of you watching this stream, I'm actually glad that you guys put up with my commentary. I hope it wasn't painful to listen to, because I'm pretty sure if I'm watching this myself, it's gonna be painful to listen to myself do commentary. But yeah, what time is it? It is 2:20, and I have to get ready for work soon. So I'm gonna shut the stream down now and just be on Twitter for a while. So if you just want to talk to me, just talk there. And I'll just start uploading this like right now, actually. So later.